What's up, guys? It's Nick with Mystic Manifesting. Once again, I haven't even gotten off the couch. I'm sitting here telling stories and ideas, and not ideas, but stories, success stories I've had in manifesting, and tips and tricks, and just general advice about manifesting. And in this one, I'm going to talk to you about circumstances not mattering. Um, we could apply it anywhere. I'll start out with SP because, like I said, that was my biggest journey and the biggest thing that led me to want to start making this content was getting my SP back and trying to focus. It's like 3 in the morning. Um, anyway, manifesting your SP back. We'll start there because, like I said, this is probably the biggest thing people want to work on, but you could use it anywhere. Circumstances do not matter. And I used to click all these videos when I was manifesting my SP. Circumstances don't matter. Yes, 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 yes. And I would sit there and I'd believe it. Yes, they don't matter. They don't matter. And then if I wasn't blocked on social media, I'd see something and be like, oh, or somebody would tell me something and I'd be like, oh, and then how it's impossible. I'm blocked everywhere. There's a third party. That was my situation. There was a third party. I was blocked everywhere. It happened multiple times. And I would fall off, and it's like, oh, after this many times, it's for sure. Like, how, because I had manifested, in my story, I've manifested this woman 5 times total. Currently, not with her because of, I started manifesting. Hold on. I don't want to get into like another story here, but I'm trying to keep it track. But I'm currently not with my SP because I was kind of looking to, after we had gotten back together, it was like, it's like you feel like, I am God. Yes, I got this. You really feel that power sensation. It's like, well, if I could have her, then I could have anyone. And then I was kind of wanted someone new, but then I was trying to make things work with her, and then I started having negative thoughts about like, oh, she's going to see someone else, and then I did wind up getting cheated on again. And I lost her, but I was wound up getting pushed away. But literally everything I feared came to pass, which here's a Bible quote for you, like they said. And Job said, everything that I have feared has come to pass. So I did start getting a lot of fears towards the end when I did manifest her back. But the first half of that, manifesting her back, felt amazing, felt like God. But then you got to remember, when you do manifest somebody back, do not lose yourself and your manifesting ability and react to the 3D world, because with that you become very intimate, and you start to break. This is what happened every time. I would break the patterns of my positivity and stuff like that and become very reliant on that person. Remember, that person is just you pushed out. That's just an extension of you. So if you react, you're going to lose the person, which is what I did. I reacted when I would see certain things she would do or say that would remind me of what she did in the past. So you have to let the past go and that version of the person go and focus on the new one, because then you'll spiral into thinking like that, and that those patterns will repeat. That's what I've learned. But anyway, that's another video. I keep sitting here like I get off on all these different tracks, but it's, if you're looking for an organized channel, it's probably not this one. I'm not very organized, but I do have information or stories or stuff, at least to keep you motivated. So, or to see a little personality and break up your day. I try to make jokes or just keep it light, because I know if you're watching manifesting videos, you're going to be like I was, where the world is coming to an end because you don't have your SP, or you need money, or your job sucks, or this is bad, or I'm out of shape, or something, or whatever's bothering you. You have something bothering you. That's why you're watching manifesting videos. So hopefully, me coming here, sitting here, showing you that yes, things do get better and you learn a lot of stuff. The reason you're watching these videos is probably because you've gone through something traumatic and you want to. You're on a spiritual awakening, which I will tell you, you're like a hero in a movie. Everything gets better after this. You're just in the, every hero story is the same thing. You're in the trials part right now. Pain and trauma, trials, and you're going to build yourself up by keeping the faith, which I just made a video on, keeping the faith. So keep your faith, and remember, circumstances don't matter. Sounds like I'm wrapping the video up, but I'm barely starting because I'm all over the place. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. this video is about circumstances. Yeah, circumstances don't matter. So I'll tell you why they don't matter. I'm sorry, it's late. But circumstances do not matter because... Hold on. I'm gonna have to cut this out. Or maybe I'll leave it in, whatever. Maybe you're laughing. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're just stressed out and angry, like I was sometimes when I was trying to manifest. But literally every time I had circumstances, if I would just focus on the end, the way to overcome the circumstances is to go to the end. Like Neville said, start at the end. Okay, so for me with my SP, I'm blocked. There's a third party, which I found out through somebody else. I was told this will never happen again. We cannot be together. You're a great guy, but we cannot be together. You made me happy, blah blah blah. All this stuff. So, which is why it's like I do believe nobody's ever truly gone, because it's all how you see them. It's if you choose that, to believe that you'll never see them again, then you do. But when I saw that, I said, for now, we are going to be back together. And within like, what was 10 weeks, 12 weeks, something like that. But you got to remember that's a couple months. So 10, 12 weeks. It was like almost all of December. And then I got official with like no contact and weird stuff where I started believing third party things. And then it was like 5 weeks and then 3 weeks. So yeah, it was like all of January, almost all of February. So, and she was not going to do it, but it had to happen. I don't know if this is the same video, but it had to happen through the sequence of events it happened in. So don't doubt the process and don't doubt anything, because the bridge of events will do it. But when you're trying to figure out the how or fight through the middle, the circumstances and the blocks, if you're trying to fight through that, it's like you're going to get lost in your own head. So the best thing you can do is go to the end. My end scene was laying in bed with her right here, picturing, she had long curly hair, so I feel long curly hair on my chest, and her arm wrapped over my chest and everything, and I'm sitting here holding her, a picture and all that stuff, and just how I would feel in that moment, and her saying, I would do this as I would go to sleep too. That's like the best method. As you're going to sleep, because you're going to impress your subconscious, then your subconscious affects how the world is. So I would do that, and I would just feel, man, yeah, this is how it feels. And when that moment did come, I'll tell you, like, it was not a surprise though. It didn't feel like any difference. It's like every other night going to sleep. But then when you kind of like really like, no, this is here, this is happening, this is different. It's like, man, like even right now, my chest is a little bit sore, like somebody laying on it. That's how you get in that state. But I also did a bunch of push-ups too. But no, so that's the thing. The circumstances don't matter. The video's getting long, and I've been all over the place. That was in terms of SP. In terms of a job, I'll tell a job success story too, how I did this one. So my day job is I'm a tradesman, so you start out as an apprentice and then move to a journeyman, and usually you do an apprenticeship somewhere for a period of time. You become a journeyman, and then after that you leave the place that you're at and go somewhere else, because unless there's a job opening, they have all positions full. Well, I worked at a place where the boss was a complete fucking dickhead. He just treated everybody like garbage. Had it made, was making good money, a lot of money, to not even put a uniform on, lay around, was like stealing from the company and stuff like that. So guy had it made. Why would you leave that place? Well, I said, when I started there, I just found Neville at the time too. Jokingly, I didn't really care, because I like I said, I want to do acting and comedy, so that wasn't really on the forefront, but that's what I would rather have been doing, and I thought I would be gone for that. But I kept saying, vocally and internally, as a joke, but kind of believing, because I didn't want to go to a different place. I liked where I was. I liked other people there. So I was like, okay, I'm going to work here by the time my apprenticeship is done, and he'll be gone. So out of all the people working there, it's like anyone could have left and opened a spot, but I was specific. This is why law of assumption I like better than law of attraction, because attraction is general, assumption is specific. So I was like, I'm going to have this particular job. But why would anybody logically leave? And everyone said for years he would never leave the place, right? But I wouldn't leave if I had that gig. But I said, he's going to be the one to leave, and I'm going to have the job. Everybody would laugh. Everybody laughed because it was illogical. Doesn't make sense. Take my test, no jobs. Couldn't get a job anywhere because it was during COVID. So didn't get phone calls, didn't even really go anywhere. So I was kind of stuck. So I'm stuck there. I mean, you could keep working there as an apprentice, but you'll never make real money. So I was like, man, well, I guess I was wrong. A couple months go by with no jobs or anything. And most people, like, you'd be discouraged at that point. Like, man, I want my promotion. Now I want to move somewhere better. And the reason it had to happen that way was because a job did open, but it was only open, a job opened somewhere that only he heard about, and he was going to take that job. It was a better offer, apparently, and more money and everything, which is surprising. Like, against all the odds, like, they made him an offer he couldn't refuse, where he had to leave. And he really got a great offer. And I did, towards the end, kind of become friendly with him. So I was like, when I said it, I was like, oh, he's going to have a good, better job. And he did wind up getting a way better job or whatever, from what I've heard. I don't have contact with the guy. But he wound up getting a good life. For me, it was like, wow, it had to happen. Like, so if I would have been sitting there the whole time, like, oh, nothing ever works out, oh, my life sucks, I'm going to be stuck as, I'm going to be stuck as an apprentice forever, or I'm not going to find a new job, or I am and I'm not going to get this one. If I played all that stuff, I just sat quietly and believed I'm going to have this job. And I just had faith, walked in faith, and lived in the end. I started doing like this exercise every day at work. Whenever I had to do something, I would start going above and beyond. Well, what would a journeyman do? So I would go do something like that. Or I would start putting in more effort or pretending every day I had the jobs of the other guys. And I did, and then that's the rest is history. That guy wound up leaving. I took his job, and then another thing was you got to walk in faith still. I got put on a shift I didn't like, and everybody had done many years on that shift before, and almost like you earned your way up. Well, I took the shift. The guy who was on it for like a long time got moved up, but he found a new job as well and left. So naturally I would move up to the shift I wanted. I was denied, and it reminded me of the Neville and the Army story. This was happening at the same time I was losing my SP in that last story where I told you, like, right before Christmas time. So I was losing her around this time, and I was denied the promotion. And it was kind of like there was also a thing where we were on different schedules, and it was kind of messing up our relationship too. So both were happening at the same time, and I kept like having that inner voice and that inner thing where it's like telling you be still and know I am God, which is something Neville used to say. So like, be still and know I am God. Just relax. You got this. Live in the end. Have the assumption. But it's hard, and I know a lot of you probably, the world is coming down on you. You've been, like, I started trying to change the 3D, telling, like, I got in fights with the new boss because I was saying, I want this shift, I'm up for it, and no, well, we want someone more experienced. Because, like I said, I'm still a new guy at this point, but seniority-wise, I should have it. So it was like, okay, well, they're, like, trying to fight with the 3D world. I want this, I want this, I want this. No, 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 no. And then if you do try to do stuff, it's like, it was just making things worse. And then because I'm stressed out there, I want to go to my SP for comfort and reacting still, and then go into my SP. Oh, come on. Like, let's hang out. Let's do this. I need to take my mind off this. And now I'm being denied and canceled on and blown off and suspecting a third party, which leads me to more negative thoughts there. So in my head all day, I'm just angry. I'm angry. Like I said before, maybe in another video, if I've already done this, I know I said this analogy earlier, but I'm a big nerd, so it's like Star Wars. Anger, so I have fear I'm going to lose her, I have fear I'm not going to get this promotion, and fear leads to anger, so I'm angry, and anger leads to hate, and I'm hating my boss, and I'm hating how she's treating me, and I'm just hate, and all that leads to the dark side. So fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to the dark side, like Star Wars and what Yoda warned about. So it's your little nerdiness there, but I feared, I was angry. So every day, like, just think about that. You're going around all day. Your focus determines your reality. Another Star Wars quote. Your focus does determine your reality. I'm focused on negative, angry, hateful. I'm not a very, I'm not being an attractive guy at that point. I'm not, like, why is she going to want to spend time with me if I'm angry all the time, or I'm mad and I feel like I'm getting fucked over? And just the world felt like it was crumbling down on me, and it felt that way, and I embraced that, and I let it consume me, and it did consume me because that led to her leaving me, that led to me being left on that shift. But I kept the faith, like I said in the other video, keeping faith, and these are all circumstances now. Like I said, the circumstances with her were overcome a few months later, and they did wind up hiring another guy. I did get passed up on the promotion, but I always said I was not going to spend a year or two more on that. I was not going to spend more than 2 years on this shift. And at this time, it was about a year, because I kept saying a year, but I said a year to two. So it's like I'm almost at a year on that shift at this point. And I was like, well, I guess I'm not, because they're going to hire someone else. And then they hire a guy, and that would have kept me on that shift for about 10 more years until somebody retired or left. Dude quits in 2 weeks. I said, here's my chance. So I say, hey, am I getting a promotion again? And me and her are back together, and like, me and her are back together. I just got back from a vacation. Things are good. And this guy just quit, so I'm going to move up to the shift I want. And they tell me no again. I say, why no? And then things with her are falling apart again. Like, within like, well, they said no. And then things were still good with her. They said no. And I'm like, whatever, I still have her. And then she brought up something about the shift again. And it was just a small little thing, but I took it more to like heart. So I'm like, I need the shift. So now your mind is in a state of neediness, and your subconscious is in a state of neediness. So it's going to keep saying, I need. Well, if you need something, it's going to be a way and out of your reach. So I need it, and I'm going to chase it. So, but you'll never have it. So you're in that state of chasing and needing. They wind up hiring somebody else. And I had this thought, and I kept repeating it in affirmation, that you could bring 1 million guys in to replace me and take my spot. Eventually, you're going to realize that it's going to be my spot. So I hire this guy. They're happy about him. He's got more experience than me. Whatever. I'm trying to keep the faith, and things are still going good with SP. SP leaves. Horrible, like, state. Like, that one actually kind of broke me, because there was still kind of like, that was actually the last time I was with her. It broke me because I felt guilty, because I kind of didn't want her. I was kind of subconsciously manifesting her away too. I kind of wanted to be with somebody else, but I didn't know who, and I was just like, I wasn't really feeling that relationship anymore. And I was doing an acting role at the time too, where the character gets cheated on and left, which that's another video I want to make and talk about. But I felt like I was starting to feel like that character. I was getting into the character, but I was trying to keep it separate from my life. But I was using a lot of the picturing and visualization to get into character and before scenes and stuff with her in the picture. So it kind of did. It was weird that manifested out like that. And I've seen some of that stuff, like where actors lose themselves and their lives get really horrible after certain roles. So maybe I'll rethink my passions. Anyway, they hired a new guy. He fucked up, got fired. And I said, well, this is my chance. But I didn't say anything. I did not react to the 3D. He got fired. I didn't ask for a promotion. I didn't ask for anything. I just sat there. I said, if you have to, and in my head, if you got to bring in a third guy to fuck up or leave or quit or whatever, I'm going to get that promotion. They came up to me and they apologized, told me what a good job I'm doing and everything like that. And I got promoted. I'm actually currently in that process of moving up now. There's training and stuff going on. So that's actually a recent manifestation that I've had come to fruition. And the SP and me splitting for the last time is actually recent too, within the past couple, like, month or two. But things kind of like come and go in waves. And remember, like, you're the hero of your own movie, as Joe Rogan would say. And it's in the manifestation community, people talk about it. You're in a movie, bad shit happens to the character throughout the movie, but they and in the moment they are confused, but you're the viewer of the movie, you're the viewer of your life, and you're the actor, and you're the director, and you're all the characters and all the people who make this film, and the world is yours. So remember that the world is yours, and you wrote the story, you wrote the ending, it's a good ending. But what fucking movie is it if you start here and you want to go here, and it's just like, I want my SP. Here's SP. That'd be cool for like living in the moment. But there's no adventure then. There's no adventure or spiritual growth, which is why you got to go through all that middle stuff. So, I mean, the video's on about 20 minutes right now. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully I passed on some kind of knowledge. It feels like I'm just kind of ranting about my own success stories. But hopefully they motivate and inspire you guys, because you can't do anything. You are God of your reality. This is your universe. You're the actor, writer, director, everything. You do got this. There's circumstances do not matter. I just told you two of my biggest ones were circumstances. Everything was against me. I was not going to, there's no reason for me to get the job. I got the job. No reason for me to get moved up. Well, there was a reason, but I got denied it. It's like Neville in the army. He got denied his leave, and he didn't react. He just said, okay. So when somebody goes to, I don't know if the video stopped. My battery's about to die. So I'll do it real quick. Like Neville said, you don't react to it. I did react. We saw when I reacted, it got worse. When you react to the 3D, it gets worse. So sit back, relax, and know you are God. You're God of your reality. Just sit in your power, realize you're good. You'll be fine. You'll make it through. So hopefully you got some motivation. Hopefully you realize circumstances don't really matter. And if anything, at the very least, hopefully you had some nice entertaining success stories about my life. Anyway, this is Nick with Mystic Manifesting. I'll see you guys in the next video.